Welcome back, Technocrats. I'm your host, Dean McClarty, and with me today is another one of the lovely finalists in the Queen of Tech competition, JAMAICA.
And we're here to teach you technology. Don't press any buttons, we'll be right back. Welcome to this special edition of Technocrats called Game On. The entire show is dedicated to gaming. So today, to start you off, we're going to show you what it takes to actually build your own PC gaming rig.
Now I'm going to give you some guidelines that you can follow when building your own gaming PC rig at home.
Now, what exactly is a PC gaming rig?
Okay. The gaming rig really and truly is the PC plus all the peripherals and components that goes into your setup. So for example, if I were to add my specialized gaming chair, my paddles, my flight controller, and all the other peripherals, so I might have a specialized mouse and keyboard. All of that is a part of my gaming rig. In addition to that, what we call the system unit. Now, within the case, there are some components. And what kind of components would we find in there?
I know this one. We have the RAM.
Okay. We also call it memory.
There is the motherboard.
Has to be a motherboard, very important.
And there is the video card.
Very important. There's also the processor.
Yes.
And what do you store your information on?
The hard drive.
And then how do you get the game onto the machine?
The Blu-ray DVD.
Well.
Because we have to stay current, right guys? We have to stay current.
Oh my. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
So Dean, what me and my fellow Technocrats would like to know is that what are the components of this PC game rig?
Alright, there are several components. Let's start with, which one you want to start with?
Well, the first one that comes to mind really is the motherboard.
Alright, the motherboard is the central circuit board inside your PC. And what happens is that all the additional peripherals as well as components that make up your PC and allow you to get that solid output. So for example, if you take your keyboard and your mouse, your memory, your processor, they all plug into the motherboard, and then it allows the PC to function and produce the output which you're accustomed to. So it's a facilitator for all of the functions of the PC. Equally important to your motherboard is the processor. If it's a quad core, that is better for you. It means you have 4 cores. And when you say that, think of a car with an engine, and then you have 4 turbos in it. So you end up with a very fast processor. So if you can get a quad core, and as a matter of fact, part of the reason why I like AMD has an 8-core processor. There's another component which plays an equally important role, which is your memory. When you're loading up your game from your PC, it is faster to take it from your random access memory. Your memory is probably works out to be 5 to 10 times faster than your hard drive. So the more information you can put on memory, the faster your game will play. So therefore, which is why for our system, I selected 16 gig of RAM. In a lot of gaming systems, you have specialized cooling solutions. So you might have water cooling system, or you have specialized heat sinks and fan. For our system, I have decided to go with a copper core with the aluminum fins and some 80mm fans.
All this activity must require a significant amount of power.
Well, that is true. Gaming systems generally require a lot more power than your regular PC. And to that end, usually gaming systems usually have a lot higher rated power supplies. In addition to that, they carry specialized features in the power supplies like power factor correction. They will also have a modular power supply, which means that the cables can be removed from the power supply, so you only have to plug in the ones that you actually need. Especially on gaming systems, a lot of the components are very high performance, so they require a lot more power than your regular PCs. Another reason why your power supply has to be of a certain wattage is because of the video card. Now, your video card is essential to playing game. What it does is a lot of math. All of that nice pretty graphics you see on the screen is actually math happening in the background, and that is usually done by your graphics card. The better the graphics card you have, the prettier it looks because it's doing a lot more math in the background. To do that math, that graphics card requires a lot of power. So generally, your graphics card is usually at least 300 watt. It utilizes at least 300 watt. It will give you multiple outputs. So some graphics card will allow you to go to multiple monitors or to HDMI output to a TV, flat screen, those kind of things. So
yes.
Where am I going to store all of this gaming information?
Is that really a question?
The last time I asked it.
On your hard drive.
Okay, cool. But in my system, I'm going to have 2 hard drives. Do you know why?
Of course. I mean, you need to minimize loss there. You need to minimize error. So as a precautionary measure, it's very important to have 2 hard drives, just in the event of, any data loss.
In addition to that, the solid state drive is a lot faster than your regular hard drive. However, the solid state drive is also a lot more expensive than your regular hard drive. So, which is why you get a smaller solid state hard drive for the OS, and then you get a larger drive to store the actual game data.
With all these components in place, how exactly do we get the game on the computer?
Well, that's a good question. What I would suggest is a Blu-ray disc / DVD burner, because a lot of the new games, they take up a lot of space. And to accommodate that space, they had to use Blu-ray discs. So you're going to need a Blu-ray player that will allow you to play the disc. That just leaves the peripherals. And when I say peripherals, I'm referring to things like your keyboard and your mouse. Again, if you're a gamer, you're going to be spending a lot of time using your keyboard and your mouse. So you want to get very comfortable keyboard and mouse. So you want to look at ergonomic keyboards. And some persons rather a trackpad than a mouse, but that is a choice, up to you. Another very important component is sound. No decent game is complete without good audio. Now, again, audio is a preference for each person, so you can choose whichever speaker system you feel sounds the best. And the other important thing is that you need a UPS. UPS, because we live in Jamaica. Now, it makes no sense to spend almost 2,000 US to build a very good gaming system, to have it burnt up by a company, which I will not name, in short order.
I agree.
Right, so you really need a UPS to protect your system from power surges, power outages, as well as brownouts, low voltages. So get a UPS, protect your system. That is very important. Then you can consider getting a display. So a 24-inch monitor is pretty much standard for gamers, but you could also get your nice 42-inch LCD LED flat screen TV and hook up to it using the HDMI.
Oh, good. I'm happy now. It's complete, guys. It's complete. That's your system and that's your PC game rig. Coming up next, Dean shows his despicable side as he reviews Minion Rush.
Hi Jamaica, my name is Thea. I would like to be your queen of tech. Technology is my passion. I'm a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as the co-host. I will add passion and flair that's needed for the show. Text 83246 to 444-4252. Thanks Jamaica.
Hi Jamaica, my name is Jamila. I want to be your queen of tech. I'm a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as the co-host. I will add passion and flair that's needed for the show. Text 83244 to 444-4252. Thanks Jamaica.
Hi Jamaica, my name is Shanika Allen. I would like to be your queen of tech. Technology is my passion. I am a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as the co-host and I will add passion and flair that is needed for the show. Text 83243 to 444-4252. Thank you Jamaica and see you soon.
Welcome back, Technocrats. Today on the go, I'm going to take a look at this addictive little game I came across. A lot of you may already be playing it, and that is because since it has been launched, there has been 50 million downloads in 1 month. Now the game is called Minion Rush, right? So let's take a quick look at what it offers. The first thing I want to point out that the game is rated E for everyone. So from the 4-year-old up to the 65-plus-year-old, this game is for you. Everybody can play it, and it is quite simple. Basically, the aim of the game is to run along, avoid the obstacles, catch the bananas to build up your points, but with a few twists. And I'm going to take you through some of those now. So one of the things when you play the game is that if you run into another minion, by punching the minion, you will be able to get all the bananas or the points that they have collected. So that's an easy way to collect. So instead of trying to run in and collecting the bananas, you can just run into another minion. Should I say punch? Is that violent? You can run into another minion and you'll be able to collect the stuff that he has. In order to knock out a minion, what you would need to do is run close beside him, and the minion, your minion, will take care of the rest. You use the usual stuff. It's touch screen, so all you have to do is press up to jump, you press back to slide, and left and right to move left or right. And people, I should point out to you that sometimes the camera angle changes, which is, oh my, I died. Sometimes the camera angle changes, which makes it a little weird. So you'll be running along the screen, and all of a sudden, instead of looking at it face on from a point of view, it gives you a side view of your minion. So you need to be aware of that. Also, if you're playing the game and you come towards a patch of grass, the moving left and right will no longer work with your finger. What you have to do is tilt the device to the left or tilt the device to the right, and that will take care of him moving. As I said, if you're playing the game and you need to get the bananas, as I said, it is easier to get the bananas from a fellow minion. So all you have to do is run close to him and he will extract the goodies from the fellow minion. One of those twists is that Minion, could you please be quiet? I am speaking. Thank you. There are a couple of twists to the game. Different levels require you to fight against different bosses. Now, would this minion be quiet? Yes, quiet, please. Thank you. Now, as I was saying, in addition to collecting the points, you want to store them up so that when you get to the bosses that you have to fight to get to different worlds and different levels, it will assist you. So there are certain tricks you want to use to fight the bosses. During gameplay, you will notice that there are different things that pops up while you run, separate and apart from the bananas. So you'll see things like shields and cups and additional tasks that you're given in the game. You need to go and complete those. You want to ensure that you get the shield, because the shield will allow you to run through the obstacles, and it will also help when you have to fight the bosses. Another thing that I really like is that you can actually share your status in the game on Facebook, and you can also invite other persons to play with you in a group using the game. So on this, if I go next and I say, it says, play with your friends, connect to Facebook now, you will get 50 G tokens. If I hit Facebook, it pops up, opens up the Facebook, as you can see. In addition to being rated E for everyone, you can get it for iPhone as well as Android. I have it on my phone, which is the Galaxy S4, as well as on my Android tablet right here. So either way, I'm never without my minions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear that? If this minion would just shut up. All in all, it's a very good game. It doesn't take a lot of thinking. It is a good way to pass time. So if you're waiting for somebody, if you're on the bus, if you're in a taxi, if you're waiting for a meeting, it is a good way. Just get some earphones, stick it in, because as you can see, Minion is rather noisy. He likes to make a lot of noise. And no matter how I tell him to shut up, he will not listen.
After the break, Dean looks at the business of game development.
My name is Kamika. I would like to be your queen of tech. Technology is my passion. I'm a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as the co-host. I'll add passion and flair that's needed for the show. Text 83242 to 444-4252. Thanks, Jamaica.
Hi Jamaica, my name is Kimberly. I would like to be your queen of tech as I have a passion for technology. I'm a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as your co-host. I will add passion and flair that's needed for the show. Vote for me, text 83241 to 444-4252. Thanks Jamaica.
Hi Jamaica, I'm Kimon Rose. I would like to be your queen of tech. Technology is my passion. I'm a creative technocrat who loves technology. Choose me as a co-host. I will add passion and flair that's needed for the show. To vote for me, text 83245 to 444-4252. Thanks Jamaica.
You know what time it is? It's time for It Mad. And today I am actually going to get mad. And the reason why I'm going to get mad is because Jamaica does not have a gaming industry. And when I say gaming industry, I am not talking about betting, gaming and lotteries. I am talking about PC, computer, tablet, cell phone gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, there are more video games in existence than there are people in the world. Now let's put that into context. There are approximately 7 billion people in the world, and there are more video games than people. But none of those games are made by a Jamaican company, firm, or individual. My question is, why is that? Is it that we don't like money? The gaming industry worldwide is a billion-dollar industry. And I am going to show you some figures to prove it. And if we are able to tap into this gaming industry, we would be generating revenues left, right, and center. Since 2007, video games has been making more money than Hollywood. In 2007, Halo 3 made $300 million. The three biggest movies for that year were Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean at a World's End, and Transformers. Now, those three movies combined did not sell as much as Halo 3, which sold $300 million. You want to fast forward down to 2009. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 sold 550 million, right? In that same year, Avatar came out, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen came out, and the Twilight Saga. Now, those three movies combined did not come up to $550 million either. Fast forward to 2010, we had Call of Duty, Black Ops, $650 million. Now, the three biggest movies for that year, Iron Man 2, Harry Potter, Inception, they still did not come to $650 million. My question is, why is it that we have not built any game? Is it that there's some specialized hardware that is needed? Is it that we don't have the requisite skills? Is it that our people and the people in our country isn't smart enough? No, I don't think so. I will tell you what we don't have. Nowhere in Jamaica, when I was searching, could I find an institution, a training facility that offered a course in game development. None of the universities that I visited, none of their online websites listed any course in game development. It is evident that one of the challenges we face is that, first of all, our local training facilities or training institutions are not providing the options to our youngsters to learn how to properly enter into this marketplace. The funny thing is that the skills that are required are not difficult to acquire, and for the most part, we already have the capacity to teach them. So let's look at the skills you need to do video game development. Funnily enough, 59% of video game development requires you to have a bachelor's degree. Now, we export students from UWI, UTech, UCC, a myriad of colleges here in Jamaica, right? With bachelor's degree in computing, computer science. But this has not translated in game development. We have a very rich culture, a very rich heritage, more than enough stories to make even a superhero to put in a game. What are the skills that are required to do game development? They are not difficult to acquire. HTML5, C++, iOS, Android, Ruby, Java. These are some of the basic skills that you need. And the game industry doesn't just provide jobs for computer students, because developing game is a very extensive and expansive project. Despite what people might think, if you develop a vibrant, active gaming industry, then you are creating jobs for a whole myriad of persons. All of these industries, these gaming houses, are going to eventually need legal personnel, lawyers, legal aid, legal assistants, legal secretaries. They're going to need HR managers to deal with the personnel that are being hired. They're going to need things like cartoonists and environment designers. They're going to need things like project managers and database engineers, because when you have these games and all of this data, they have to be stored somewhere. There is a whole host of support services that go along with this industry. And it is not difficult to create. What do you actually need to create a game? You need a good idea, a good team to bring forth that idea, and the requisite skills and hardware to make that idea a reality. What kind of hardware do you need? Hello, if we are able to do video and 3D animation, then that is the only hardware you need to create these games. So, why is it again that there is no Jamaican-based, Jamaican-oriented, if it's even something as simple as a 2D game on Facebook, even that I could settle for going forward. Zynga at one point was a $400 million company. From what? Farmville. How difficult is Farmville? Is it that we cannot create something like a Farmville? I fail to believe that. Now, in 2012, the PC gaming industry, game revenues was 78 billion US dollars. Just think about it, what 1 billion US dollars could do for the Jamaican economy, for the government, for taxes, for education, for healthcare. Why is it we're not a part of the video game industry? If you know the answer, please let me know, because I don't. We have the skill, we have the equipment, what is it we don't have? Why we don't have, or we are not participating in the gaming industry? Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. So let's get social. My question today is, why is it you think that Jamaica is not participating in the $78 billion a year PC gaming industry? Is it that we don't have the talent? We don't have the skills? We don't have the support? Please Take it to Facebook, take it to Twitter, Total Technocrats. Today we looked at gaming rigs, Minion Rush, and game development. This has been Technocrats. Thank you for watching.
And guys, remember to keep it social and continue the conversations on Twitter and Facebook at Total Technocrats. And tune in this and every Thursday at 6 p.m. for Technocrats. See you soon.